Well, hello, Brittany. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about
Good.
you?
I'm doing good this evening. So glad that we got to spend just a few minutes together. This is going to be kind of weird for both of us because right now we're going to be talking about Christmas.
I'm ready for Christmas.
It's got to get a little bit more cooler than what it
Oh
is
no,
right
I'm
now.
ready now.
I know, I know. I'm so glad it's the fall season and we're quickly approaching the holidays, and truly it's one of the best times of the year for all of us. But I'm so glad that you and I here on tonight because we're gonna be introducing some things to the church that we introduced last year. In regards to the Josh Mack's Christmas of Hope
Yeah.
that you guys had started. Help our viewers understand what this is about and how it got started.
Okay. Well, basically, what it is we collect toys for UNC Children's Hospital and gift cards for Rex Cancer Center. They're all donated to the patients that are undergoing some sort of treatments at that time. We kind of started it when Josh was undergoing multiple surgeries and chemo radiations, and we had been in there for weeks at a time, and we thought about what about those children over the holidays? How something like this can make them feel better while being at the hospital.
And I remember sitting down with your husband, Josh, at the time. He was going through his battle and his health issues, but he was so determined to make sure this came to pass. You and him both, but I remember him coming by the office on many occasions and just talking about the time that he was in the hospital, and then having all these other individuals there that,
Why not take our situation and turn it into a positive to help somebody else?
absolutely. And you guys did that.
That
Yeah.
was the goal.
Yeah, you guys did that, and you guys delivered all of these toys and gift cards and things last year. Because if you remember, which I know you do, we had in the foyer people were bringing the toys and things that they were donating and new stuff. That's just outside of what the county was doing. There was a lot
Right.
of and you can speak more on it than I can, of different other churches and organizations were donating to this cause. And because of you and Josh Mack, you guys made a big difference in some people's Christmas last year. And I know that's what your goal is for this year.
That's correct.
Yeah. So how was it? How did it feel last year when y'all finally delivered everything?
Well, I think every year it feels amazing knowing that you're going to be able to brighten somebody else's day. Last year, Josh was actually on chemo the day that we delivered.
Wow.
So he was strapped up and ready to go. But the lady that received the gifts, she was amazed with how many we had collected.
Mm-hmm.
We collected so many here with the church and with the community. We had taken in from the fire departments and the local county offices. They were very supportive.
Right. And a lot of other churches
Yes.
got involved as well. And what was some of the gifts that stood out to you more that people were donating at the time?
Well, we got a wide range of things, but there was a lot of dolls, action figures, blankets, pillows, makeup for little girls, just a ton of different things, video games, leapfrogs, things like that, baby items.
And people gave gift cards, didn't they?
They did. We got several Target gift cards and gas gift cards that went to the patients at Rex Cancer Center.
Well, Brittany, this year, with the inflation and the cost of a lot of things, a lot of these kids may do without if people like you and this organization that you and Josh started probably wouldn't have anything this year if you were not jumping up and continuing the dream that Josh had.
Well, I couldn't imagine, a child not waking up on Christmas morning without something. It doesn't have to be an immaculate amount of gifts, but
Right.
just something to say, hey, Merry Christmas and I love you.
Yeah.
That's
And even they may not even see the face of the one that gave it or the hands that delivered it, but because someone like you and many others in this county and community, they last year brightened up somebody's day, and God takes notice of that.
That's right,
God takes notice of
100%.
that. Change gear just for a second, and Josh passed away earlier this year. How has it been for you and the family since then?
I mean, I don't think any situation is going to be easy with this. I have really, really low moments, but I believe that God's making me stronger through it all. Our family is really bound together, and we check in on each other, and we're just make sure that we're there.
Yeah. It was a challenge for especially you and your family and everybody that was connected to Josh in the dispatcher area, fire department, and all of that. His homegoing celebration was.
It was amazing.
It was amazing.
I mean, you just can't ever imagine that many people showing up for someone like that. That just shows how many people he touched.
Yes, absolutely. Because I remember in the procession headed to the cemetery and looking in my rearview mirror as we made turns and everything, and seeing the long line of cars behind myself and those that were leading. And I've never, 31 years of pastoring, never seen such a outpouring of love towards a family and Josh like that, and the honor that the county gave was so touching.
Right, it was just truly moving. I will never be able to thank as many people that were there for us.
Yeah. Well, he touched a lot of lives, and I enjoyed the time that God has allowed me to have with Josh, just on one-on-one, I was his pastor, but I was his friend, and he was a friend to me, obviously, and just laughing and carrying on.
Yeah.
And, he's a little bit of a jokester at times.
Yes, he was. He had one of them really cut dry sense of humor.
Mm-hmm.
You had to get it, but he could always bring a laugh to you or a smile to your face, no matter what.
Well, you know what I really liked about him, the days that he was really feeling bad, the day that he should have been home.
Yeah.
He was pushing himself. He worked when others would have stayed home.
Right.
He was a strong individual.
He was.
And we may not understand everything, how things end, but God has a purpose. And we may not always understand that, but I know it's been a challenge for you guys this year. But seeing you here in the service, and you're still serving the Lord here at the church, helping our kids,
of course,
on Wednesday nights and so forth. But we're so appreciative of what you're doing. What are some of the goals this year that you wish to see come to December?
We would like to reach at least 500 toys this year. Last year we had 311, so
okay.
I want to get at 500. And we raised 40 gift cards last year for the patients. I want to make 200 the goal for that. Mm-hmm. I think our total was $3,751.
Wow.
Yeah, so I want to hopefully reach, between 5 and 7.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That is really good. I remember last year when we were moving the toys around from the foyer back over here to the old chapel for the people to load it up.
Right.
And it took a crew of us.
There was so many totes.
There was.
But it was so exciting at the same time.
Yeah, and our people would enjoy moving it. We had to get dollies and everything like that to move all these toys around. And I just must emphasize, it wasn't just Clinton Family Worship Center. It was so many other.
Without the community support, we couldn't have done it.
Yes.
It was everyone from family, friends to our community. Yeah.
And it's not something that we're joining with you guys. It's not the Clinton Family Worship Center vision. It's y'all's vision, and we're joining with you guys to help this come to pass this year. So 500 toys, between $5,000 to $7,000. Yeah. That's not too big.
No, I don't think it's impossible.
No.
Nothing's impossible if we believe it.
And, a lot of the businesses in our town and other churches, they can hopefully come together that would make this possible. Again, what are some of the things that you would like to see people donated? I know we briefly spoke on that, but what would be?
Well, the great thing is if we could find some baby items, big baby items like high chairs, bouncers, car seats. They also have a game room at UNC Children's Hospital that is they fill with like Xbox Ones and video games. That way, more than one child gets to use it.
Right.
Some other items could be, I don't know if you know the little card games, Gone Fishing, and board games, Battleship, and stuff like that. All of them are great items. Hairbrushes, toothpaste, even for the parents that are sitting up there taking care of the children, little goodie bags.
Wow. You know, and actually, I hadn't even thought about that.
Yeah.
You know, that is a good idea. There's other ways that the community can raise funds for this event.
That's right. This year we're going to do a kickoff event, which is something that we haven't done in the past, on October the 8th. We're going to pre-sell some Boston butts for $50, and they're going to be cooked by the Grateful Shed.
Oh, okay.
We're also going to have a bike ride with the Blue Shepherds, and Mr. Travis Pope is heading that up. And then also taking Monterey donations.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all have the date set for that yet?
It's October the 8th. Pickup for the Boston Butts are going to be from 11 to 2, but if you're going to ride in the bike ride, I think registration's at 8:30.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that should be a good turnout, weather providing, you know. That
Oh,
should
yeah.
be a great turnout, because a lot of people love to do those events. And you'll be seeking volunteers as well.
Of course, we're going to need volunteers to help pass out the butts or carry them to people's cars. We're also going to feed the bike riders that morning.
Oh, okay.
So service to help feed them would be great.
Mm-hmm. If someone is interested in volunteering, who would they, need to contact?
They could contact me, Emily Troublefield, or Amanda Robinson. They're all going to be listed on the flyer with our contact information.
Good deal. Awesome. This is really, really needful in our community, coming together to help a stranger out.
That's right.
In this case, a young stranger that's going to be confined to a hospital bed on Christmas Day. I can't imagine. I'm going to be honest with you.
No.
Brittany, I can't imagine, being sitting up in the hospital.
When a time you're supposed to be sitting at home with your family,
Right.
gathered around, enjoying each other's company.
Yeah. But unfortunately, that's not going to be the case for a lot of people. And I think it's important as Christians that we have this in mind, that God has blessed us
That's right.
to have a little bit of extra so that we could bless other people. And with what you guys have started, you and Josh, several years ago, because how many years has this been since you?
I want to say this is the 4th year.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. We did take 1 year off due to COVID because they weren't collecting any items at that time.
Right. And I remember Josh telling me that there was 1 year y'all had to rent a U-Haul.
Yes, that was the very first year.
Yeah.
I would love to make it so big we have to get an 18-wheeler.
That would be pretty cool.
That would be great.
Well, I think we as a community and leaders in this community and pastors alike, if it ain't but $5, $5 can make a difference.
That's right.
In one of these kids' life. And again, I know it sounds a little early of us talking about this in the early part of October, but it's needful to get this message out to the people. And I am so grateful for how God is using this to help other people.
Of course.
So grateful.
I think if we all band together, it's gonna be unstoppable. Personally.
Yes, and it would be cool. 18-wheeler full.
Yes.
The hospital might oh my goodness.
What are we gonna do with all these toys?
Now, is this going to be just one hospital or several?
The children's hospital will be where the toys go, and all the gift cards will go to the Rex Cancer Center. So depending on how much money's brought in, we make it split at 50-50.
Right. That is awesome. I am so proud of you continuing this vision that Josh has, and just to see the energy you have at this time. I want to glean from you just a second before we wind this down. I've never been in a situation that you and your family have had to deal with. And if I needed ministering too, if I was facing something that you guys have already faced, what would be your advice to me?
Well, there's been a lot of nights that I've just sat by my bed and cried and prayed because I know that he's the only one that's going to get me through it, and he's the one that wakes me up in the morning. So I would say, if you've got to sit down on the side of your bed and just scream and cry, do it.
Yeah.
If you want to reach out to your best friend or if your pastor or to your church family, do it. Don't hesitate.
That is really good advice, because some people hold it in.
Yes.
And the whole time they're just imploding. It's crashing in on them. And as a pastor and counselor, I have people come in here and they going through some very dark places, and they feel like I can't tell everything,
right,
because you're not going to love me if I tell you everything about me, or I have so much faith that I betrayed, but this is how bad I'm hurting.
God loves us no matter how bad we are or how broken we are.
Yeah.
He's going to put us back together one piece at a time.
That's true, because we all show up broken.
That's right. Every day we wake up and we mess up and we clean ourselves up and get going.
We have to. I mean,
that's right.
Because we've gone too far to doubt God. We know too much about God that it's almost impossible for me to doubt him. I'm not saying that I can't have a difficult day, a difficult week or month, or maybe a year. In your case, this was a very long journey.
Yes.
But the journey has not ended, because what Josh had left behind is a vision and a goal that will be carried out for the next many years.
That's right.
In his honor, because he served our community in such a powerful way.
That's right. I want his memory to live on, and I believe that this can do that.
Thank you so much for what you're doing and the efforts that you guys are making to change someone's life, and what a pleasure it is to team up with you and this vision.
I appreciate
it. So I encourage all people to get involved as much as they can. And so as the next few days progress, we will be also campaigning for you through Facebook, streaming, and making special events. And hopefully you and I can get back together again and do some updates and how things are going that's leading up to Christmas. When would this be delivered?
As of right now, I'm thinking it's going to be delivered December the 24th.
Oh, Christmas Eve
is what I'm going for. I may move it up a week ahead. It just depends on everybody's scheduling.
Right. And you have to have a good number of people to deliver this.
That is right, depending on how many toys we collect. Last year it was myself, Josh, Miss Emily Luna, her husband Pedro. We are the ones that went and delivered it last year, but not to mention how many people helped us collect them and box them up and put them in the trailer.
Yeah. Well, it's good that me and myself.
I know.
Trust me, I stumble on all those type of words myself. Me, myself, and I. What a blessing. Hey, look, come back and hang out with me.
Okay.
And keep me updated on this and anything that I need to do to help you reach out further. Just let me know.
Well, I plan on it, and I guess the biggest thing is to let anybody know if they're going to make any donations or they want to call. They need to mail them to P.O. Box 705, and it needs to be made out to CFWC with the memo line stating Josh Mack's Christmas of Hope.
Make sure you repeat that again.
P.O. Box 705, Salemburg, North Carolina 28385. Make it out to CFWC with the memo line and stating Josh Mack's Christmas of Hope.
Thank you so much.
Of course,
thank you for being the beautiful person in Christ that you are, and we appreciate you so much. We love you, and come back and hang out with me, okay?
All right.